Today we're going to discuss about our new workshop architecture. I would like to introduce about this architecture first. What is this architecture? What is a workshop, and what about this Medallion architecture, and why this is very important? So, as part of the plan of this workshop, um, you can see on the agenda first, coming to the introduction part. On this Databricks platform, we have a fantastic approach architecture that's called the Medallion architecture. So this architecture has the layers we call as a bronze layer, silver layer, and the gold layer combinations. So this architecture is going to organize the data with the multiple layers. So like a raw layer, which is like a bronze layer, and the cleaned data, which is applying data quality rules, data transformations on the cleaning part. All the lens layer will be going to silver layer. And then coming to the business transformations, the business requirements, we're going to all the business analysis, everything will be on the gold layer. So like this architecture is divided. We can call this architecture called multi-hop architecture as well, which is like a multi-layer thing. So we have bronze, silver, and the gold. So every layer they have their own unique purpose of this data life cycle. So once the data will start from the bronze layer, which is raw data, and then it is going to ingest and refine and doing the analytics ready for data sets. So, and this architecture is ensures the data quality, consistency, and efficient query at scale. Um, so in this architecture, now we're going to see the step-by-step process of loading a data and how to handle this platform and everything. So first, I would like to introduce what are the key technologies we are going to use in the workshop. So in this workshop, we're going to use the Databricks. So as you know, Databricks is a unified analytical platform. It's mainly for large data scale processing. And Databricks supports all the data lake capabilities, which is nothing but any variety, any velocity, and any volume, which is supports all the structure, unstructured, semi-structured processing. And as I said, it's a delta lake properties, which is like asset properties, which you can do the transactional on big data. It looks very interesting because transactional on big data, those two are actually divided. When we see the big data platform initially, so when we see initially big data platform initially, there is a one problem is we can't do any transaction on big data. Big data is designed for the analytical, but I got the requirement. I want to do some transactions on the big data. When I say big data means it's like a data lake. So doing a transactional on data lake is called data lake. So there's a new thing on Databricks we have, and it's an open source storage platform. We can do this schema enforcements, and we can do a lot of optimization techniques, and mainly we can bring a asset transactions, which is like a um, doing all the insert, update, delete, all those transactions on the big data. This is called Delta Lake. We're going to see that part and storage part, ADLS. So here we are mounting the storage. When I say mounting means like a mirroring. If you see this architecture diagram, these two are different parts. Databricks is separate and ADLS is separate. Now we are mounting the locations of the ADLS storage to the Databricks layers. So the number one, which we are mounting the raw data from ADLS to a Databricks bronze layer. And number two, we are doing some cleaning activities. The data is going to silver layer. And number three, here we are mounting back from Databricks to ADLS. You know, the problem in the market, like so many solutions and so many people, they are using Databricks as a storage and Databricks as storage. Or there are some, I mean, this is mainly designed for the processing part. we have a cloud, which is the cheapest one for storage, either ADLS or AWS S3 or Google Cloud buckets, doesn't matter, to be honest. Databricks can support any cloud platform out of these three, like AWS, Azure, Google. So it can integrate any ADL, any solution for your storage, like S3 or data lake storage, anything, and process your data on Databricks platform. That will give you a very optimized solution. It is not something, okay, I'm going to store everything on the ADLS. I'm going to process everything on the ADLS. Of course, it depends on the requirement, but the generic solution, the is better always to mount your location to your cloud. And whenever is required, you can process your data. So now we are going to present the real-time streaming analytical platform. That's why I said Delta Lake, which can capture all your transactions from ADLS and then loading into bronze layer, apply the cleanse rules and store your results back to the ADLS. And number four, applying the business transformations is going to the gold layer. And that is also amounting into gold container. And then you can integrate with the any solutions. So if you see in our previous articles, in Databricks, we discussed about how to integrate the Snowflake, right? Yeah. So in this solution, we discussed about how to connect the Snowflake or any other databases we can connect. So you can revise that for this integration part. Today, we are going to focus on the discussing on the more architectural level, and we're going to see practically how these mounting transformations, how it's going to work much in depth. And all the code is ready in the GitHub. I request you please go through the code and the data. Also, I've given the sample data. So now it's in your fingers to play this workshop with your own hands on. So coming to the introduction part. So as we discussed about the key services and architecture and the layers, the bronze layer, which is a raw layer, unprocessed layer, and we're going to store the original format of the data. And the silver layer is like a cleanse layer, and it's ready for enrichment, like including filters, deduplications, and validations, like mainly on the quality related things. So we have set of rules are defined for the qualities. If suppose, let's take an example, email. When the email comes, we know the format of email, right? The regex format. So we are applying one of the quality rule to, to see how data is coming. We are going to cleanse, we're going to filter the data. So the same way, every attribute, they have their own quality rules. So it is a requirement, part of the transformation requirement to apply those rules to clean our data. Because at the end, I need the gold, means I need the gold layer to aggregate, to optimize for analytical and machine learning related. So as discussed, the Delta Lake features the asset properties and schema enforcement, time travel, and data transformation steps, mainly for the ingesting, cleansing, and everything. So we're going to set up now, we're going to see the hands-on session now, how we are doing this process. I'm going to show now practically this architecture integration from ADLS to Databricks, and we will play with some sample data. Okay, now let's crack it. This solution on the platform. Okay, now I'm going with the Azure platform. Let me Azure login, storage accounts. Yeah, I'm going to storage accounts. I don't have any storage account. First, let me create a storage account. So because for this architecture, I need these containers, right? So I'm going to create. I'm going to, yeah, I can use a resource group storage account. Okay. Development input data. Suppose data. I hope this account is ready. If remember the storage account, as I said in the previous sessions as well. So this is a unique, it's a global. Um, it must be unique always. So if it is name is already exists, it will throw error that this name is already exists. So you can create the different name. Okay, create. So now what I'm doing, I'm creating a storage account in the Azure Data Lake Storage. So this is a Microsoft Azure account. I'm creating a storage account in the storage. And internally, we'll create the containers once the storage account is ready. And next, parallelly, until it's ready, I'm going with the community edition for the Databricks. So let me use the going to use the okay. So this is the Databricks community edition. Um, as I said in the previous workshop, we have multiple ways you can access. So community edition is a free one. You can play with that. I'm going to create a new notebook and I'm going to call this Databricks Medallion Workshop. Okay, and do we have server is ready? My server is not ready. I'm going to attach it now. So it will nothing but I'm waking up my cluster. So currently it is sleeping. Let's wake up. Let me check. It's confirmed. So let me delete the existing one. I'm going to create quickly one new one. It will just take a few seconds. So 15 GB memory and everything. Okay, now I'm going with my notebook. So once it is ready, it will attach. Now it's running. Once it is ready, it will attach. Okay, my Databricks platform is ready. See, it's very easy. Within a minute, we have started the cluster and we have started our platform, the Databricks side. So, and from Azure side, are we ready with the storage account? Yeah, it's ready. Let's go to resource, go to containers. So it's empty. We don't have anything. I'm going to create a container. So please see this diagram clearly. I just called a bronze container, silver container, gold container, but you can change your own names. It doesn't matter. Just to understand where you can call raw as well. Anything. Let me call bronze container. When I say container, it is coming from the um, storage ADLS. Okay, let's go for other containers also. You see, it's a one-time job. Quickly, I can create silver container completed and gold one, gold container. So if you see here, the bronze one, everything is empty, right? Just now I created. So bronze, gold, silver. On the bronze one, which is the raw data, I'm going to produce the raw data into bronze layer only. So the data will go, the data I'm loading into bronze, it is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is going to store everywhere. The transformer data, the cleaned data will come back to 3 silver container, and the gold enriched data, all the enriched data is coming to the number 5, which is gold container, right? So now let's see, because now we're going to mount these locations. Before mounting the locations, I'm just making my infrastructure is ready. My folders are ready. Then we can start mounting process. Okay, my containers are ready. My folders are ready. So it is fine. Now I'm going Databricks. What is okay? Now my cluster is ready. You see green, which is means the cluster is running. So on this one, now I'm going to start. can see here data you can use the same data. So for example, I'm using the same data. Let's download. So I'll share this drive, guys. It's already in the article actually. So you can access, or else I'll attach the video and the GitHub location so you can download it. And once I've downloaded the file, I can use it, the file here. So this is my branch container, right? Okay. I'm going to upload, or you can just drag and drop. Oh, it's not. Just upload and then drag and drop. Just drag and drop or upload here. Upload. So on the branch, yeah, on the branch container, I uploaded the file. Done. So we have done everything on the ADLS side. How? We did the branch container, done, silver container, gold container is ready, and we load the file. So this is the what we have. And now the job has to load the results into these containers. I'm not going to touch anything inside the containers. Let's start mounting. Mounting is a very important, guys. When I say mounting means it's like a mirroring. Whatever the changes are happening here, it is going to mount in Databricks. I like that feature in Databricks. Within a seconds, everything is capturing. It's very quick mounting wise. So now let's see how we can mount. So the first thing is I'm going to create the mounting process of Databricks. How to mount? You need to give a access, right? So for example, I'm going to configure the location. Let's say I'm calling configurations and let me just take it directly. Suppose, let's say I'm counting the file system from the Azure. What is my storage account name? Development input data. So development input data. And the key. This is a security key. In the storage account, you see the access keys, right? So you take one of the key and remember it's very secure. It has to be very secure. So just copy the key and I'm going to paste my key here. So I just pasted the key. And what is my container name? So I'm going to assign Databricks location. So branch container is my container. And what is my storage account name? Development input data. I'm assigning. And what is the mounting point you want into your Databricks? MNT is a starting point of the mounting into Databricks, and you can give any name. Because the branch layer, I'm calling as a branch. Let's run this. Now, I just done the shift enter. So we can see here, okay, this directory is already mounted because I have already mounted these locations. So let me use the different. Let me change the name. Branch. Let me call layer, suppose. I just call branch layer. I'm mounting it to a new location. It's true, it's done. To check the to see this process, so you can use db utilities dot file system, list of the files, and then we can just use MNT. And what we have, branch layer. So it will show list of the files, what is mounted. So if you see, I have already one file, right? So if I go to my container in the branch, I have one file. If suppose if I upload another file, but I'm just renaming this was underscore version 1, let's say, for example. I'm loading this file, suppose, uploading. So we have two files, right? And now, if you go to this one, see, I got the second file. Within a seconds, you are mounting from the Azure. These two are different platforms, right? So within a seconds, it is mounting the location from your Azure storage to Databricks, your mounted location. Within a second, it's done. Okay, so this is completed mounting. The same way, I'm going to add the another container mounting, which is called what is the other container? We have silver one, right? So let's take a silver one. So I'm going to take let's change here, silver container, same storage account. I'm not changing storage account because all my containers in the same storage account. And I'm going to change my layer as well. So this is belongs to Databricks, right? Silver layer. Layers are from Databricks, containers are from the Azure storage. Easy to remember. Now I'm using the same config because this is my security connectivity to my Azure. The same key anyway, because it's the same storage account. That's why same key. Yeah, because bronze is already connected, right? So it's asking creator, let me make a new code. I'm running this. Now the silver one is running. So true means it's completed. Let's check silver layer. Do we have files in the silver layer? No, because I'm not going to load anything on silver layer. The results, the transformed results has to go silver layer. But as of now, we have not applied any transformations because our first target is mounting all locations. Next one, I'm going to add a new code to change the gold one, right? The final one. Gold container, same storage account. I'll call this as a gold layer. Let's mount it. This is like we are doing the mounting locations, number 1, number 3, number 5. So these three, we are actually mounting the locations. Yeah, this is completed. Now let's check. Do we have anything in this? This is also same, right? We don't have anything. It's empty. It's empty. Yes. Only where is the data? Only on the bronze layer we have a data because there is a raw layer. Fine. Now the time comes for the transformations. So on the bronze path, okay, now you tell me what is the bronze path. Bronze path is nothing but now I'm not going to give you any ADLS location because the data is already landed into the mounted locations in Databricks. From now, I'm using the mounted locations. What is a mount location? This is a mount location for your branch. So on the branch path, I'm giving the MNT branch layer. So mounting the branch layer location, and then we can give the file name. If you have any specific file, you can give any file if you want to give, or if you want to give all files, you can just give the only the file name. For example, I'm giving this file, let's say. So now I'm going to store this as a path. It's called the branch path. And now I'm going to do the transformations. We just use it. So I'm taking a bronze data frame, Spark reading the format as CSV because the CSV file. I'm taking the header as a true because the file has a header. Infer schema means it will create the schema automatically from the file. So yes, I said true. I'm loading into branch path. What is a branch path? So we are loading from branch path. This is a branch path actually. And I'm writing into Delta Lake. So which means it's going to the MNT branch layer, right? Layer, delta location. Delta means if there is any changes happen, the changes will be reflecting into the same location. So I'm writing format as delta. It is going to capture. At the end, I'm asking to create a table in Databricks as a table name called bronze table using the bronze table location. So if you see the catalog, so this is the catalog. You can see all list of your tables. I don't have any tables right now. So when you run this job, it is going to create a new table called, say I don't have no tables. So when you run this job, it is going to create a table called bronze table. Let's do it. So shift enter, you can run, or you can just do here, run cell. So I'm just running. It's a very simple process. And now you can see the backend, the Spark jobs have started because I'm using a Spark functionality to read the data. If it's a CSV, CSV, JSON, JSON, XML, XML, depends upon your data format, you can specify. So the jobs are running on the backend and then it's reading and writing. When I say writing, it is creating a delta file and creating a table as well. So you can see here in the catalog. Once it is completed, one table will be ready on the table side. So it's running. Okay, it's completed. So data frame is created, which is like a table. Now we can see catalog. You see, you got the table, bronze table. If you do double click, you can see what is in the table. What is in the table? The thing about the data, what we got in the bronze layer, bronze container, which is the sample data, the event data. So if you refresh, you can see the schema data. It will take a few seconds. Um, it will take a few seconds to read the schema and loading a data. Yeah, see here the sample data. So this is the bronze table in Databricks. This is created by automatically when the data lands and the mounted. So now, yes, we have completed this bronze location, right? So if you understand this architecture, we load the file to the container, going to the layer. In the layer, we created this table, right? The table is created. And what's the next step? From the layer of the bronze, I'm going to with the silver now. So in the silver, I'm going to apply some transformations for cleansing. It doesn't matter what is your requirement, what is your logic. It just matter only the process. I can take any sample data, any transformations, but the matter is how the process. So this is belongs to bronze, right? Now I'm going to create about the taking as a bronze table day path to the bronze data frame, and that bronze data frame I'm loading into silver data frame. I'm adding a transformation so the event is not null, and I'm adding the timestamp. I'm adding a new column called timestamp, and I'm writing to the back delta path. So which is silver layer, right? Silver layer. Because silver layer is mounted with the silver container. So when you mount, whatever the changes is happen on the silver layer, immediately the data will go back to your container because we already mounted. It's a mirror. As I said, it's a mirror. Silver container is equal to silver layer. So now I'm running this job. What will happen? The transformed results are going to create a new table called silver table, and the results of the silver table going back to silver layer, which is nothing but in your container, you're going to see the results now. See, it started. So you can see the timing, 3:37 my time, BST. So now it is loading all the delta changes. And the same way, you're going to get a new table called silver table. The name what here I have mentioned is silver table. So see the job is completed, done. Go to catalog. See, I got silver table. So what is the difference between the bronze and silver? Nothing but there is a transformations or happened before coming to silver, and that new changes or new transformations of the cleansing. Remember, it's not the business transformation, it's only the cleansing activity. So the beauty of the Medallion architecture is normally when you say transformations, we think about okay, is it business transformations? No, it is not about something like the transformations we discuss regularly. This is about the layers design. Is about take the different layers and it's like a discipline, getting a data and then going to cleanse. After cleanse, apply the business transformations. So now we can see here, I'm refreshing. You can see the delta changes here, and then same way you can get your table. That's what we discussed. The next one. So now we have done what? Number two is completed. Number three also completed because I got the backup. I got the mounted locations. And what about the number four, which is now we are taking the now we're going to apply the business transformations. So anything, again, I'm saying this is totally depends upon what is your client requirement, what your client transformations or anything. Here I'm just taking some sample data as I played before. So you can just use the same data, same code for your practice, but on the real time depends upon your project requirements. So here I'm reading from Silver, taking I'm capturing delta changes. Remember, it's delta means the job is going to track every second if any changes is happen. And I'm going to do the aggregation. My business has some requirement called aggregations, want to see the user ID and how many times the event has repeated. And that result I want to send to back to my gold layer in my Databricks. As I said, this layer is mounted with the gold container, right? So I'm going to run this job now. What will happen? This is going to mount. This is going to do the two actions. After transformations, the data is mounting back to the container, number one. And number two, it is going to create a table called gold table. So you can see the jobs. You can see the catalog. So as of now, we got the two tables. Fine. And now if you're going to see the gold container, see, I got the file. You can see the time, 3:40. This is 6 seconds back. We have received this data after I press the button. And now is the job is complete? Yes, it's completed, which means you can go catalog. You'll get three tables. Yeah, gold table. So this is about the gold transformations, and we got it here. So it means we have completed four and five also we have mounted. So as part of this Medallion architecture, so we have designed this flow of the data, um, all the transformations um, we have did all the two transformations as discussed. One, the the cleansing transformations, and then same way we have the business transformations also. So that's it. So we have in this, and as discussed, we have layer. So the main purpose of these landing zones, we call these a landing zones. Like we have a raw layer to capture all the unprocessed data, and then we are processing through the silver and the gold layers and everything. So this is called like a landing zone. Our raw layer, bronze layer is like a landing zone. So as we discussed here, so this is all the code, guys. So you just go through it. And what are these benefits of following this architecture? See, one, can you give assurance on your data quality in your projects in regular architectures? You can't give any assurance because it depends upon the use case. Some use case teams, they directly apply business transformations. There's no cleanse transformations, and we can't give any quality assurance. Like, you know, from past 15 years or 20 years onwards, guys, we see the data, how we are handling spending a lot of time on transformations, but are we really giving 100% quality on data? No. So, but this architecture is going to give the data quality, ensuring that the refined data is available for analysis. When the data is moving from the silver to gold, which is nothing but you have a confidence that on your data, which is cleaned data. So the data science team, machine learning team, they have a confidence that okay, whatever the data we have in the silver is ready to use for the enrichment process. If they have anything want required in the raw, they can go in the bronze anyway. But they can trust the silver layer, which is a cleaned transformer layer. And to handle these layers are very simple. So we have a better data management, simplified data governance we have, and it's very flexible with the handling the data types for analytics and business requirements and everything, guys. So, and we can optimize this to the next level. This is a simple POC. So I just got the idea about last week. I would like to present this week workshop. I hope you understood this process, and we'll come up with something in the next week workshop, next week events. So please go through this document, this article, and the code, sample data, and you play in your machine. If you have any practical doubts, if any issues, yeah, we are here to support. Um, you can reach us to our mail, or you can contact by phone or email. We're happy to give support. That's it, guys, and happy coding. Have a nice weekend, guys. So please ask me if you have any doubts. Any doubts? Please ask me, guys, if you have any doubts. Kiran, Ravi, those two, rather.
No, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, guys, and whoever joined from the Zoom, thank you, guys. Zoom as well. Yeah, please go through it and have a nice weekend. Thank you.